beautiful peeps, how's it going? Um, Happy New Year for starters. I'm really sorry. I'm going to stop apologising. I'm going to say thank you for your patience and for being here, even though I've not been very present on my YouTube channel. Just a lot has been happening for me over this past year or so. And yeah, so I've just been focusing on myself and trying to get myself in a good space, and then I'll be able to share and be fully engaging again. So yeah, thank you for your patience, guys, and I hope you're having a beautiful New Year so far. So I had my first New Year's on my own. Totally didn't see anyone, and yeah, just spent it by myself. Did a bit of art. I could show you if you like. So this is my trippy art that I created for New Year's. Put it up a bit closer so you can see. So I really enjoyed just getting right in there and trying all these different colours and textures, and yeah, it's really fun. You can just really get lost in it. So yeah, that was really enjoyable. I just did a bit of art, listened to some music. I made this jar as like a kind of spell thing where you put little rocks and intention, like stones and intentions and different things, and then you write what you want to let go of or what you want to manifest on a bay leaf, and you burn it and you put the ashes in with the candle and everything in the jar, close it and tie a ribbon on it. So I did my own little jar, my own little ritual. So yeah, and I feel like I've been getting more in tune with myself, getting back to doing my moon ritual manifestings and different things like that. So yeah, that's really positive. I'm getting back into myself, guys, so I'll be feeling like sharing a lot more with you as I'm opening up myself more and feeling back into myself. Just need a drink, sorry. Oh. Got my metal straw on the go. If you'd like one, you can check out Kinder Earth. They sell these beautiful straws. Oh, water, beautiful. So yeah, I've been reconnecting a bit more with some of my friends and remembering the amazing, lovely, beautiful people I have in my life. And it seems they've been struggling too, or not feeling as connected, obviously, in these times with everything going on. And it's just been the right time to come back together and reunite, even if it's only online, but just having some nice, positive, engaging conversations with meaningful people can benefit us so much, and just being a bit vulnerable with people, having people in your life that you can be open and vulnerable and gentle with, and they hold that space for you. It's so important to have people like that in our lives, and I've met some new people recently that have been positive in my life, and it's like beautiful manifestations happen and the right people come into our lives at the right times, even if they don't seem right and they're just a lesson to be learned. But I feel like that was a lot for me leading up to 2020 and 2021, going through some turmoil and stuff. I think a lot of us were in 2020, and we gone through all that to learn more about ourselves and become more resilient, and to let go of all that toxic energy that we maybe not noticed or not shaken off yet. And now we're ready to fly free in 2021 and, you know, really take a hold of life and take that journey where we're wanting to go. And, you know, we've had all this time to look within and have some time by ourselves, and for life to slow down, which we should take advantage of that and see what our bodies and our minds and our souls are calling for, what our hearts are calling for, and what we need to gift ourselves. You know, what are we calling out for? What do we need? And in that quiet time, we can really tune into what we need and what our heart's desires are, you know. And sometimes we think we know, but the universe shows us otherwise. Or can reveal self-doubts and things to ourselves, you know, that need releasing. So we always must take time to check in with ourselves, feel into it, take some deep breaths, feel your heart. What's it speaking to you, you know? So yeah, it's some beautiful opportunities to really tune into ourselves and engage with ourselves and get to know ourselves and enjoy our own company, you know. That's something I've been learning a lot recently, and I've really been enjoying my own company after, I feel like, a lot of 2020, well, for a fact, a lot of 2020, and the end of 2019, I was with people constantly, and even a lot of 2019, I was in the relationship with someone who wasn't in any of my friend groups or anything like that, and I sort of isolated myself and was with them a lot, and that was kind of a toxic relationship, but it took me a little while to realize some of the old ways and old things, you know. And then obviously went to France, and well, before that I went down to Devon and was with a lot of people, reuniting with friends and stuff, and all these memories coming up, and going to my friend Whitey's funeral. And then me and Drew went to France with TJ, and so that was a big experience. And there was like 4 of us living in this tiny little place, so it was like with people all the time. And then obviously all the COVID crazy stuff happened, so we had to come back to the UK. And then I was living with both sets of parents. For one phase with my dad and my stepmom, and then the other phase over at my mum's. Oh, sorry. So yeah, so living with both sets of parents, and not like even at my mum's it's only a little bungalow, so I didn't actually have my own bed or own room or anything. So I was like really eager and anxious for my own space, and something I'm really grateful for is finding this perfect place and the perfect location near to where I used to live before, so near the zero waste shop and things like that. I'm really happy to be here. And at first it was a bit overwhelming suddenly being on my own after all this stuff that's happened and taken on all these things. And, you know, some relationships fell apart for me in 2020, not just romantic but otherwise as well. And also been building some bonds and reuniting with people that I'd, you know, not had the time for during all the crazy. So anyway, when I first moved in here, it was kind of overwhelming, and really showed me a lot of my mental health issues that I'm dealing with, and highlighted some of those. Lots of these changes and things that have been happening has really opened up some things that I thought I'd resolved in my life, but I'd not quite resolved, and I needed something to come and bring that up for me to recognize and accept and then release that, and I'm still learning more about myself and releasing some of those things. But now I feel totally settled in here, and it's good. I'm feeling healthier mentally, and I'm signed up for some help. I've realised that I have ADHD in 2020, and that's just been an amazing realisation for me that's helped me understand myself a lot better and stop hating on myself so much, because I come across as bright and sunshiny and happy, sometimes sad and emotional, but I come across as quite a confident person, but I do actually have a lot of self-doubt and self-esteem issues that I've not always known where they come from, and it's helping me understand that better, to let go of some of that. So it's like the finishing pieces are piecing together from finding that out, and it's amazing. I feel like it's given me the tools to move forward a lot better. So yeah. So I'm excited for this year, and I feel like, everyone's been through a lot in 2020, and it's made us stronger, more resilient and ready. Now we need to know our power, know our inner voice, listen to ourselves, and not sink into that fear of what's going on, but step into our power, step into our knowledge, and step into our intuition, our knowing what, because we all have this divine intuition that we know things from within, and we've been putting that aside for so long and listening to the powers that be rather than listening to ourselves, or even listening to nature, listening to the wind, listening to the numbers, the signs, the symbols that are all around us and speaking to us. And the angels always speaking to us. We're always given guidance, and we're never alone. So if we just tune in and get into alignment, smooth sailing, we can just step into the unknown and have faith that things work out, because we're always held and we're always looked after, and everything always works out, Even when things are shit, like later on down the line, you understand why things happen the way that they did, to make way for new, better things to come into our lives, So yeah, so that's kind of a little where I'm at kind of thing. So yeah, it's my Veganniversary today. 4 years vegan. Woo woo! Oh yeah. And it's so beautiful how many people I've seen becoming vegan or just trying more vegan foods and stuff. It's really amazing, and it's happening, and some people have become vegan or pretty much vegan that I never thought would be vegan, or I've had struggles with getting through to people, or I've shared information and then some people have just been like, oh, I did my own research, I've given that up, or I'm on this journey, or people asking me for advice and things. And it's great just to be sharing that information and that knowledge with each other and empowering each other. And some people aren't ready to take on some of this information because it questions everything that we've grown up believing and knowing to be true. And that cognitive dissonance can really affect some people, and people take it personally, like you're having a go at them when you're just trying to share information, and some people aren't ready to hear that information yet. So sometimes we've got to just plant the seed, let that go, let that breathe, and water's best. We can see clear. Oh, sorry, I've messed this up. Water, when left to go still, then you can see clearly through it, can't you? But when we're moving it around, all the mud and muck and everything, sometimes it's just best to just let things be still, and then we can see clearly. So yeah, I've got my Dominion t-shirt on. So if you want to be vegan and you're not vegan and you want something to just shock you into never looking at animal products as food, or animals as food, as products ever again, then watch Dominion. You know, there'll be no looking back. You'll just watch it and be like, okay, I see, I understand the truth. And I believe we all should watch it. You know, if we've consumed animal products, then shouldn't we witness what we've paid for, and witness you know, what's going on with the animals and what we've paid for to happen. We should bear witness to that, and to have a deeper understanding of their condition and their experience, you know. We can't deny that. So yeah, and there's lots of resources out there basically to watch or to get information from. Nutritionalfacts.org is a great one. It has all nutritional facts on there, and from studies and medical studies and things that, and it's non-profit, so there's no one funding for their own agenda. It's just the facts about food and nutrition and health. So yeah, I've rambled on loads about all the different things we can do to become vegan and all the different resources out there. But yeah, I'll just go through a few quickly. What the Health, that's on Netflix. That is an amazing documentary to watch, to see what's going on in the healthcare system, and you know, how we can heal through the whole food plant-based diet. They've reversed heart disease, cancer, diabetes with whole food plant-based diet, you know. And there's loads of amazing information on there. Another documentary by the same people is Cowspiracy, if you're interested in the environment and stuff like that. Forks Over Knives is a good one, based on the China study, which is the biggest study ever done on like nutrition. Land of Hope and Glory, that shows the UK industry, meat and dairy industry, and shows footage of what's happening there, a bit like Dominion, but just in the UK. But Dominion is more extensive and has high quality camera footage, and it's pretty on the mark with it, and shows more than just the food, animal agriculture and food. It's showing how animals are used in many other different ways as well, like the fur industry and things like that. So yeah, it's just been the best thing for me becoming vegan, and it's helped my health. You know, it helps the planet, it obviously helps the animals, and we can get all the nutrition we need from plants, you know. So why get secondhand nutrients from animals along with all the diseases and health problems, when we could just go straight to the source and absorb it much better, feel much better, and not cause ourselves diseases and pains and suffering, and consuming that suffering. And if we want to live, why eat death? Why eat someone who's dead? You know, animals in the wild, apart from vultures and things like that, you eat alive animals. They go, they eat them, they're still alive, the blood's pumping, they're eating their fur, the teeth, everything, you know. Whereas humans are like, oh, my chicken's got a bit of chicken in it that's not the part of the chicken that I like to eat. Ugh. Whereas if we are animals and we're meant to, we'd be like, oh, blood. Like animals that eat other animals, you know. So it's just pretty messed up that we hoard all these animals and reproduce them artificially to then keep them all and eat them. We're growing all crops in other places to feed to those animals when we could just use those crops to feed the world many times over, end world hunger many times over. It's just not logical. So yeah, if you want to be, just go look into it and you'll be vegan in no time, basically, because that's the way the world's going. Has to, or we're all extinct, you know? So sorry, I'm getting a bit tired now, so I'm going to end this video. But yeah, happy Veganniversary to me, and big up to anyone becoming vegan or eating more vegan foods. That's amazing. Spread your awareness and consciousness and love and keep expanding that till you're fully vegan. I believe in you. So yeah, big things coming in 2021. I'm so excited and I really appreciate your energy and your time and you being here with me. And I'll be sharing lots more soon. I'm just feeling a bit run down at the moment, but wanted to make at least one video for you in the new year. Try not to ramble on and go on for ages. But yeah, look after yourselves, guys. Look after each other. Oh, another thing to mention with all this corona stuff, if you really want to do your part to be healthy and not let this affect you and others, become vegan, because it's really, you know, it's messed up for these people working in the abattoirs. You can't socially distance in there, blood splattering all around. Plus, it's animal agriculture that's spreading these diseases, you know, swine flu, bird flu, SARS, all these things come from animals, us eating animals, and when we're not meant to, you know, keeping them, hoarding them when we're not meant to. This is Mother Nature fighting back to say, hang on a minute, look at what you're doing. So, you know, most people who are on a vegan diet have been able to flush out the illness when they, you know, flush out the virus when they've got it and it's not gone fatal, you know. And the fatalities is going to be when we're feeding our body with all yuckiness and unhealthy foods. Then our body can't fight off, you know, it's got all the bacteria that in our bodies that's killing us when we're eating death, you know. But when we're eating live energy foods, we've got all the antibodies, we've got all the good bacteria that's like pow, 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 and you know, you just feel better anyway in general and recover better in general and sick a lot less when you're vegan. So, and I can testify to that. So yeah, do your bit to help become vegan, help yourself, help the environment, help the animals, and be feeling great. Check out Plant-Based News because they have some really interesting videos on things. Oh, Vegan 2020. That's a great documentary to watch, and it does explain about corona and, you know, how animal agriculture is a big influence to that happening. And there's going to be more and more things like that happening. There's going to be worse than corona if we don't make a massive change, you know. We need to shut down the abattoirs, we need to shut down the slaughterhouses, we need to shut down the farms. These are unsanitary places that are causing harm to the environment, to animals, and to our health, you know. So let's put an end to it. Yeah, we can do this. We got this. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Go you, go me. We vegan. Yeah, ye. Anyway, so we can all do our bit. I feel like I was gonna say something else, but it's popped out of my head. Bloop. Oh yeah, I was gonna say I actually had swine flu. Back when that was like a pandemic type thing. I actually thought I was going to die. Like, I fully thought I was going to die. And if my mum hadn't have been there with me 24 hours, making sure I didn't choke on my own puke, I probably wouldn't be here, you know? And swine flu, that's obviously from keeping pigs in terrible conditions and us eating them. I used to love eating pigs, and now it just breaks my heart to think of that. You know, now I know what beautiful beings they are, how intelligent they are, how cute and lovely they are, and see them as individuals, beings on their own path. Makes me feel sick to think that I used to eat them. And you know, in the farms and stuff, so many of the little piglets all die or get crushed by the mums by accident, or where they've had their tails chopped off without any anaesthetic. It's rotted away and rotted their body away. Or they're all so stressed together that they're eating each other. Cannibalism. It's no wonder that these diseases and stuff are spreading, and we can't just blame it on places like China and stuff where they have the wet markets, because it's just as disgusting in an abattoir and things. It's just all behind closed doors and no one can see, you know. So let's open our eyes, spread awareness. You know, 2020 was to give us the vision. Now 2021, we're gonna be understanding some of those things and bettering ourselves and putting into action some things. And then by 2022, we'll be like, pow! And living our best lives, you know. Well, we can live our best lives today and be our best selves, our greatest version. Just got to be kind to ourselves, kind to others, kind to the planet. Kindness and love and gratitude. We got to be so grateful for all we have, you know. I know these times are shit, but we're in one of the most privileged places we could be, and everything's laid out for us to help us, you know. There's some places and some countries and some people that this is going to affect a lot more in a lot worse ways, you know. They don't even have homes or have family or have any support or things like that, you know. So we've just always got to be grateful, even for the little things, for my blanket, for the roof over my head, washing machine, fridge, you know, bed. All these things we got to be grateful for. So I feel like 2021 is going to be the year of gratitude and us making the most of what we can and really appreciating everything a lot more. You know, appreciating each other, appreciating everything we take for granted. So yeah, just sending you all so much love. Thank you for watching. And peace and love and everything your heart desires for 2021. Big up. Happy New Year. Love yourself. I love you. Be shiny, be bright, be true. Peace. Love you. Bye.